Hey y'all, it's Shana. So I think I'm gonna start doing this series for my YouTube channel of like story time with Shana, silly stories or ridiculous things that have happened to me over my life for two reasons. One, just to share it with y'all, and two, so I don't forget it, because let's just face it, I'm getting older and I forget things sometimes. So yesterday when I was at the radio station with Don, we were chatting and I was telling him this particular story and we were laughing about, oh yeah, you should do a radio bit like Story Time with Shana. And maybe not, because I tend to say things that maybe don't need to be shared with everybody, and you know, I need to be very particular about names that I might say, or I don't want to incriminate myself, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know if I'm ready for doing it on the radio, but here in this arena, I can edit it and I can stop myself from putting it out there if it's really bad. So anyways, here's a little story time with Shana. So my first job out of college was, well, one of my first jobs was to teach preschool. Yes, I taught preschool, I taught pre-K, and I had a class of 4-year-olds, y'all. And I'm telling you, like 20-something 4-year-olds, like 25 4-year-olds, I think, because I remember we were not exactly up to par on state ratios, and it was hard to get somebody to come into my classroom and help me. And actually, I do have my assistant teacher. She's a friend on my Facebook page now, so she might remember this and she can message me and I'll tell her the names, but I can't say that on the video. But anyhow, so these little kids, y'all, I loved them very much. And they are like 20-something years old now. I've got some of them on my Facebook page too, and I see it and I just don't even know how that happens, because I still think of them as little kids. But they were sweethearts. I loved them. They loved me. Not, well, most of them. There was a couple that I could do without. But in general, nothing but love, right? So I would go in the mornings at 6:30 in the morning. Y'all know I don't like mornings, but I was young then, so maybe I was okay then, but I would go in at 6:30. And I walked in one morning and I see 3 little girls in the back huddled around this little girl, like the one little girl in the middle, 2 on the other side. They're all huddled around, right? So I walk back there to see what's going on, because I can tell. I've known these kids for a while now. I know something's up. So I go back there. Now, they had started bringing purses to school because Miss Shana had a purse. So they wanted to be like Miss Shana. So they had the little purses. They were so proud. So I go back there and I say, okay, y'all, what's going on? And they immediately, you know, that guilty face slides over. Nothing, not doing anything. And I was like, okay. All right, little girl in the middle, the one that I know is up to no good. What do you have in your purse? Now, this little girl, rotten as she can be, adorable. Cutest little thing you ever saw. Put her in your pocket, take her home, kind of cute. And she would come to school every day with her hair braided and done, but then at nap time she would pull it out because she wasn't sleeping, so she was messing with her hair, and I would send her home looking like a whole nother kid. Like I felt bad because I didn't know what else to do, but I didn't have time to fix it when I left, and then her parents picked her up, so I couldn't stop her from doing it. So I go back there and I say, okay, what's in your purse? Nothing. Okay, I can tell you're telling me a story. What's in your purse? So very reluctantly, she opens her purse and pulls out a little airplane-sized bottle of gin. You heard me correctly, of gin. A 4-year-old at my preschool class is showing me a bottle of gin. And I am, like, I don't know, like, you know, all those emotions and thoughts can go through your brain like that. I'm like, okay, what do I do? Why do you have that? Why do you have that? And she says, oh, well, it's just my daddy's medicine. Y'all, like, straight face still somehow. And thankfully, I was able to think on my feet. And I said to this little girl, oh, okay, well, you know, we can't have medicine in the classrooms, because we couldn't. We had to take, anytime the kids came in and needed some kind of antibiotics or something, of course, we had to take it up to the front of the office. So I said, we're going to need to take it up front because we can't keep medicine in the classroom. Oh, you're right, Miss Shana, you're right. So she didn't think she was in trouble. There was nothing. So she very happily handed it over to me so I could take it up to the front. And then she says to me, yeah, it's my daddy's medicine. You know, sometimes, Miss Shana, he has so much medicine, he just falls down. He has to go lay down in the bed. Still, had to manage to keep a straight face. And all I can think of is, absolutely, he does. I have no doubt, because I knew this little girl, she had a little brother, some of the cutest kids you ever saw, rotten as the day is long, and absolutely their parents probably needed a plethora of medications to get them through sometimes. And I especially know that now as a parent, I have no doubt they needed that. But so I took it up to the front. I'm like, okay, so y'all ready for this one? This little girl brought her daddy's medicine to school. Ta-da! Here I am presenting you with gin at 7 a.m. in the morning. And that's what my little girl in the classroom brought to school today. So I don't know what to do with it. She flat out said it's her daddy's medicine. I don't want to tell her she's in trouble because she's not really in trouble. She gave it to me. It's not like they're in the back drinking and passing it around. So, here you go. And I'm sure they handled it because I was never there when she got picked up anyways. So I never talked to the parents about it, y'all. I never saw them face to face where they were like on that day, and then we didn't talk about it when I saw them again. So yeah, that's also when I learned to be careful, because your children will give you up in a heartbeat. So you think you're slick and you tell your kids something like, oh no, that's daddy's medicine. Don't worry about it. Just let me have my medicine. That's my medicine. Yeah, they're going to repeat that. And they're going to tell everybody a lot of stuff. And my children have proven that to me over and over and over again. But I learned that lesson, so I've been prepared, thankfully, as a parent, that it can happen. So there it is. That's my story time with Shana for today. Hopefully I can remember some more of these crazy stories to come back and share with y'all. But enjoy your medicine today. I probably will later tonight. Have a great day, y'all.